All righty. Well, now let's get started. Good evening, everyone. My name is Keasia Daniels, and I am the owner and founder, if you will, of Live.Love.Luxe Travel. I started Live.Love.Luxe in 2021 as a travel agency, a new venture of mine after leaving corporate America for 26 years or more. Decided to go out and do some things on my own, and this being one of them. Originally just kind of started doing this as something for family and friends and for myself, and that expanded into um, 60th birthday parties on the high seas and um, uh, travel trips for groups like sorority sisters and line brothers or fraternities and classmates and that sort of thing. And it just kind of grew into um, a great business. Many of you have uh, have supported me, and I appreciate you doing that. One in particular is Tony Bryant. So Tony is on the line, and she was one of my first clients and has been a repeat client, if you will. And she was the one that kind of planted this great idea with me to start a travel club. Because so many of us love to travel. I don't know where they say that there's a recession, but we seem to still want to spend our money in traveling. And so she planted the seed with me to say, hey, let's get our friends together, people who are like-minded, who love luxury, who love finer things and going to see the world, and let's do it together. So here we are with the Live Love Lux Travel Club. But I wanted to give Tony a little minute to introduce herself and say a little bit more about what we're kicking off tonight.
So, good evening, everyone, and thank you for taking some time out of your family time and home time to join us tonight. As Keasia said, she curated a wonderful 60th birthday experience for me and a group of friends. And we started posting pictures when we came back, and people were asking, where was this? How do I go? Who do I talk to? And so we started to share that with Keasia. The next year, she curated another trip for us, which was even equally as well or even better than the first trip, and um, birthed the travel club. Our friends would say, where are you going next? I want to go. How do we get to be a part of this? And so that is how the travel club was birthed. So we want to share with you some experiences that we're planning for 2025 and are already talking about places that we will go in 2026. So if you have any questions, please just let us know. And if these locations are not for you, these destinations or experiences are not for you, that's okay. You have a group of friends that you want to do something with, please let us know, and we will make sure that we get those experiences curated specifically for you as well. Thank you, Keasia.
Thanks, Tony. Thank you so much. She said it better than I ever could. But yeah, this is just if these experiences aren't for you, that's okay. There's lots of places in the world to go, and we have a really long list, and we're just ticking them off the list one at a time. So let's dive right in. Like we just talked about, the travel club, not a fancy name, if you will. There's plenty of travel groups out there, but this one is powered by Live.Lux Travel Concierge. And it's really just about bringing people together who love to travel, travel enthusiasts, people who have a passion for exploring the world, but like to do it in a certain way. Sometimes you go to these places around the world and you realize, hey, there's nobody that looks like me, or I wish there were more that look like me, or and that sort of thing. I'm sure some of you have had that experience. So we just take the mindset of I'm just going to bring my village with me, and we will integrate everywhere we go. So that's kind of our mindset here. Let's see here. So introducing the two experiences for 2025. So these are small group travel experiences. Again, small group, meaning somewhere in between 20 to 30 people. Unique luxury experiences, again, to bring travel enthusiasts together. You would have my professional concierge services at your fingertips. And really, I like to travel a certain way, and I want you all to experience that as well. And this is for anyone, couples, families, solo travelers. If you like to travel, this is one way to go. So for the year 2025, we have two trips on deck. One is kind of a ladies only trip for September 25, and that includes New York City, Broadway, and a cruise to Bermuda. Both of these trips are have a cruise component to them on Virgin Voyages, and I'll share more with you about Virgin Voyages and the brand. And then the second travel experience is in December 2025. This is a Christmas experience, December 18th through the 26th, and it's a cruise out of Miami to Turks and Caicos, uh, Puerto Plata in Dominican Republic, Puerto Rico, and Samana in the Dominican Republic. And the idea there is, for Christmas, for a long time, we spend a lot of money on gifts and material things that we give to each other. And my husband and I, for the last couple of years, we're like, what else can I give you for Christmas that you don't already have or you can't go and get on your own? That sort of thing. And you're struggling to find what to give. And then you really start to think about it, hey, but what's really valuable is just time together. So why not spend time for Christmas with your family, bring your family, your friends, and make memories together, seeing great places around the world. What a great gift you could give to your family. So these are the two experiences that we'll talk about tonight. And again, they are both with Virgin Voyages Cruise Line. So I want to spend a little bit of time just talking about Virgin Voyages, the brand. Not sure if many of you have been on a Virgin Voyage cruise or a cruise at all. So you might want to know a little bit more about the brand itself. Several of the folks on the call I know have been on Virgin, and feel free to chime in and do some amens, if you will, of what you think about the brand. But Virgin Voyages is the brainchild of Richard Branson. You may be familiar with him from other Virgin brands like Virgin Records or Virgin Airlines. But Richard Branson is out of the UK, and he has this yacht-inspired boutique hotel at sea kind of concept for Virgin Voyages. So there are four ships. They're called the lady ships. And for both of these travel experiences that we're talking about tonight would be on the Brilliant Lady, which is the newest of the four lady ships. And actually, the week before we would board in September will be the mermaiden voyage of this ship out of New York City. So our September trip will be the second voyage on this brand new ship. Virgin Voyages as a brand is about 4 years old, but in that time has really taken the cruise industry by storm, has won lots of awards for its creativity as a brand, best dining, best cabins, best service, really a great brand. So one of the great things about it is exclusively adult, 18 and over. You must be 18 to sail. And when it comes to eating, the Virgin brand is different from a few of the other cruise lines that you may be familiar with. There aren't any set dinner times or set meal times, or you're at the same table with the same group of people for every meal. That concept is not here. This is literally a city on the sea. So think of having your app on your phone, like Open Table. Everybody's probably reserved dinner around town on Open Table. It's the same concept. There's many restaurants on board. You use the app, make your reservation for the time you want to eat with the people who you want to eat with, and you go to dinner or go to lunch. So you might have Korean barbecue one day, Italian food the next, seafood and steak the next. But you get to have all of these different experiences on board. Everything is included with Virgin. So all your food, all your essential drinks, Wi-Fi, the shows, the entertainment. If you know anything about Richard Branson, he's a very extravagant man, very much into health and fitness and large, flamboyant experiences, if you will. So there's lots to do to kind of keep you healthy and lots to do to keep you engaged. And of course, all of your gratuities and tips are included as well. One of the things I really like about Virgin Voyages is when it comes to the alcoholic beverages. So you see that there doesn't say anything about drinks being included. You know, so listening to feedback from cruisers, many say, "Hey, I feel like I didn't get my money's worth because I paid a lot for alcoholic beverages, but I don't drink a lot, or I only drink a couple of drinks a day." And so maybe I didn't get my money's worth. Well, with Virgin, it's a little different. You can buy what's called bar tab. You can buy that ahead of time, or you can just simply buy your drinks as you drink them on board, just like you would at a restaurant. And that way you can control how much you spend on alcoholic beverages. So that's kind of a different twist of listening to cruisers and listening to feedback. So again, no buffets, no big dining halls, but rather Michelin-starred chefs, late night snacks, made to order room service, lots of fresh food, sushi, all the great things that you can think of. And this is just a list of the restaurants that are available on board. Some are very casual. Others you might want to dress up a little bit. And dress up just means, uh, let's see, a maxi dress. So basically, it's resort wear, if you will. But really great food. Any of my uh, previous Virgin sailors online want to chime in and give a testimonial of the food? Anyone? Or your experience on Virgin?
Well, I will say that the food experience is amazing. As Keisha mentioned, it's like a city on the sea. So just as you would make reservations to go to Steak 48, you would make reservations to go to some of the restaurants, and the food is wonderful. Oxtails, handmade pastas. I, I'm just telling you. Um, so, I mean, it's everything, anything that you want. My husband and I took advantage several days of having breakfast delivered to us so that we could eat on the balcony. A great experience. Food is always hot and fresh, and the service is bar none. I don't think you'll find any place that you've stayed, high-end hotels, other trips that you've taken where the staff is so attentive to your every need. There is never a time that they tell you that we can't do this. We can't do this. So great experience with Virgin.
Thank you for that. So let's talk about the entertainment. So the ship has quite a bit of different um, ways to entertain you, from theme nights to Broadway type productions, comedy, what I would call pop-up entertainment, where you could be anywhere on board on the ship and a little pop-up show might just happen right where you are on any deck. So lots of great things to take advantage of, both during the daytime and in the evening. Theme parties, there's the Scarlet Night, the was it the 80s night, I believe. So just lots of things for you to take advantage of. Or you could be like my husband and I, where we're entertained just to really sit on the deck and listen to music, which is so you can do all of the above. So just some ideas. They have a DJ. Let a DJ save you. The Red Room is where a lot of the shows are held. Scarlet Night, I mentioned that. Everyone wears red. And different types of immersive experiences. A lot of in fact, all of the entertainment has been specifically curated and choreographed just for Virgin Voyages. So you won't see these shows anywhere else. One of the other really highlights, if you will, of Virgin Voyages is everything that's available to you to kind of do that self-care. So redemption spa, yoga, the athletic club, gym and tonic, which I think is a cute name, but it really is gym and tonic as far as a juice bar goes. But lots of different ways for you to really pamper yourself, both males and females. A wonderful spa, wonderful cabanas that you can get kind of a private hideaway. Fitness classes are all included. Again, I mentioned this is Richard Branson is the founder, so you see his touches and his personality really all over the ship. So fitness classes including basketball, yoga, spinning, boxing, all kinds of things. So when you're not eating so great or you're drinking more than you normally would, you can go and have a little fitness class to kind of offset that bad behavior. Now, what is it like inside the cabins and suites? So you know what you'll experience on the deck. Now, what will you experience, say, in your cabin where you might spend a good deal of time? So what you see here is the examples of the cabins that are available. XLC Terrace is the largest cabin, all the way down to the Insider, which is really more for the solo sailors on the inside, if you will, of the ship. Um, all of the cabins are really quite spacious. The XLC Terrace and the C Terrace are the ones that I see most of our duos take, whether it's two girlfriends going together, or a sister or mother, or a husband and a wife. You really have enough space in the XLC Terrace and the C Terrace to really enjoy the cruise. It has a terrace with that signature red hammock that you see in the picture. The difference between the XLC terrace and the C terrace is really just the size of the bathroom, which could be very important for some people. So the XLC terrace has a larger restroom with dual vanities, and the C terrace is a little bit smaller. But mood lighting, flat screen TV, a wonderful rain shower experience, and of course that hammock that I just mentioned. You can see a couple other pictures of what the cabins look like. In the daytime, it could be set up where you have these two what looks like twin beds, but it's really a large L-shaped sofa. And at night, it's put together in a king size bed. Or if it's two friends who are sharing, you can keep that as two twin beds. But you can see it's very spacious. Um, Really quite nicely appointed from a decor point of view, um, very new and fresh. Now, if you are one of those folks who likes the sweet life and have sweet dreams, there's plenty available for that. I will say that when you elevate to a suite level, you're called a rock star, and it's called the rock star quarter. So again, kind of in this whole Virgin Records theme, if you will. But each of the suites has its own bar, its own mini bar. It also has a record player, really the old school, old style record player with the arm, and you can have albums in your room. You can go and check out more albums. When my husband and I checked into our suite on a particular voyage, we had Biggie Smalls as our first album that was in the room. I was like, how did they know? But somehow they knew what to get music for, which music for us. But the suites range anywhere from just under 500 square feet to almost 850 square feet. So this is the first level of suites. And then what comes with that rockstar living again is an in-room stocked mini bar. You can see the terraces for the suites are much larger. You could have a party out there if you like. Invite your friends to your deck. Then the next level of suites are called the mega suites, and you would be called a mega rock star. And that's the massive suite and the gorgeous suite. There's only a few of these. This is for those who are, really want to ball out. But what comes with these suites is a bottomless in-room bar. You get a daily bar tab, daily spa access, private transfers from the airport to the port. But again, just if you want to be a sailor, a rock star, or a mega rock star, it's all available for you.
Keisha,
Yeah.
Just another amenity or experience for the rock stars is access to Richard's rooftop.
Yes, yes, and there's a picture here on this next slide. So
Yeah.
thanks for that. So yes, they by elevating to the suite life, you have access to Richard's rooftop, and you can see the little picture here, and it is on the 15th deck of the lady ship. And every day at 5 o'clock, bubbles start popping, and literally bubbles pop. The champagne bottles come open. There's also a different menu that's served there. It's really just kind of a rooftop retreat, if you will, for those who have invested in the suite life. So it's really quite fun and a nice perk. And you can see for the mega suites, you can go all the way up to 2,000 square feet. You can have a house, not just a city on the sea. You can have a house on the sea. And really enjoy yourself. So there's two of those available, the Fab Suite, the Posh Suite, the Gorgeous Suite. You can kind of see that British theme there. It's just everything's brilliant or posh or fab. But you would quite enjoy that, I'm sure. So just kind of to put that in a pictorial, not sure if you can see this closely, but I will certainly send this information to everyone who has joined today. But there's in the red over here on the right, these are all the cabins that are available and they're different sizes. And then over here in this kind of brown gray color are all the various rock star quarters and suites. So lots of ways for you to travel on Virgin to enjoy yourself and to enjoy the size of your party. So now you've heard enough probably about Virgin Voyages, the brand, what the ladyship is like, what you can might be able to experience as far as food and entertainment. Now let's talk about the actual two trips that we are planning with Live, Love, Lux Travel. So the first one is Broadway to Bermuda. And this is for all the sisters, all the ladies. So grab your best friend, your sisters, your mothers, mother-in-laws, friends. But this is just a time for us to kind of get away, have a great time together from New York City all the way to Bermuda. So we'll spend the first day in New York City. You will have time to uh, shop and sightsee on your own. And with our excursions or with our experiences, we like to really balance that time of time on your own to do your own thing, as well as time where it's kind of organized activity for the group. This is not one of those experiences where, I'll have the flag and you're following me. Nope, that's not how we roll. This is enjoy your time, all about self-care, all about luxury. There'll be times where we'll do things together as a group, but there'll be time for you to do whatever it is that you desire to do. So that first day in New York City is for you to chill, enjoy the city. Then that evening, we will all go to see Hell's Kitchen on Broadway at Schubert Theater. So included in this package is premium seating for the show. This is a great show. I've had the pleasure to see it, but I want to see it again. All of the music and lyrics are written by Alicia Keys, and it features her music and is really loosely based on her life as a teenager in growing up in Hell's Kitchen in New York City. It is a great show. We will stay at the Marriott Marquis on Times Square, which is literally walking distance from Schubert Theater. So you can wear your cute outfit and your high heel shoes and be okay to walk to the theater. I promise it'll be okay. But this is an interesting time to just kind of enjoy New York City. On that first evening before we go to the theater, in the Marriott Marquis on the left, you can see the Broadway Lounge. We're going to have a welcome reception, cocktails, heavy hors d'oeuvres to kind of get us ready for going to the theater. And then at Schubert Theater, which is literally a stone's throw away from the Marriott, we'll walk over to the theater and have a great evening together watching the show. So then the next day we'll wake up, you'll have about half a day to spend in the city doing whatever you like. You can walk around Times Square, go shopping, go see the sights, but then we'll have a private charter bus come and pick us up from the Marriott Marquis and take us to the port. We'll definitely want to arrive by about 3 p.m. to the port so that we can board the ship and depart that evening for Bermuda. So again, I mentioned this is on the Brilliant Lady. The Brilliant Lady, this will be her second voyage. So we will be on a brand new ship, the fourth of the four lady ships for Virgin. We'll have one day at the sailing at the sea, sailing on the sea rather, 2 days in Kings Wharf, Bermuda, which you can take that time to explore Bermuda. You can always add on excursions that will be available through Virgin to explore Kings Wharf and Bermuda, and then we sail back. So 5 nights, 6 days, coming back to New York City. Then we come back to New York, and then you can go home to your respective location. So that's our sister takeover of Broadway to Bermuda. Now, to give you an idea of what that might cost and what's all included, I've kind of verbally told you what's included, but here's an example of an itinerary of and cost for two people. So this is a per person price, but based on double occupancy. So your New York stay, your ticket to the Hell's Kitchen show at Schubert Theater, your double occupancy room at the Marriott Marquis Hotel, that pre-theater welcome reception and cocktail time, your transfer from the hotel to the port, and then of course the 6 days, 5 nights cruise on Virgin Voyages where all of your meals and everything is included. So this is an example of a central sea terrace cabin. So that is not the XL sea terrace that I mentioned, but a very similar one. And that would roughly be about $2,500 per person for that entire time. So that's really 7 days, so no, 8 days, 7 nights between New York City and Bermuda. And right now, the incentives that are being offered is if you were to pay your full price all at booking, you get a 10% discount on that cruise rate. There's also an 80% off second sailor incentive, which is reflected in this example cost that I'm showing. And then $100 bar tab will be thrown in. So that's for your alcoholic beverages. Should you choose, you would have that $100 bar tab available to you. Now, to the payment plan that would be available is to book. It would be $300 to book plus 20% of your cruise total. And then the full balance is due on May 1st. So in between booking and May 1st, we would like an additional payment of $365 on January 31st and $1,000 on March 31st. And this just kind of helps to spread out those payments between the time you book and May 1st, which 100% of everything is due. So that's an example of this first excursion for the ladies in September of 2025. Now, the second travel experience for December 2025 is the Brilliant Caribbean Christmas Family Reunion. So this is one not just for the ladies. Now you can bring the friends and family. Many of us are transplants to wherever you are. Many of you are in Houston and our transplants here. So you have built a family, if you will. So those people who are friends but have become close to you as family. So bring that entire village on this trip. Now, this is again on Virgin Voyages, and so you must be 18 years of age or older to travel. But the Brilliant Caribbean Holidays Cruise is an 8 night cruise with several stops, and this is out of Miami. So you would fly into Miami, have one sailing day to Turks and Caicos, Puerto Plata in Dominican Republic, San Juan, Puerto Rico, which would have a late night, so you can do some of the nightlife in Puerto Rico. The next day in Samana, Dominican Republic, and then a couple of sailing days so you can enjoy that self-care on board, and then back to Miami. This is December 18th through the 26th, so you would actually spend Christmas Day on the ship, and we have some great things planned for our group to celebrate Christmas together if you so choose. or you can do things on your own with just your family unit. But enough, as I mentioned earlier in the evening, we think about gifts to give for Christmas. And the older I get, the more I realize that the best gift we can give each other as family is the gift of time and time together. So, what better way to spend the Christmas holidays than with your family and your friends, making memories in the Caribbean, in the Turks and Caicos? I mean, yeah, what else is there? But an example of what that could look like for your family, and this is showing a cost per person, double occupancy. This is based on the XLC Terrace cabin for two people, 9 days, 8 nights, all of your food, your own balcony, entertainment, all gratuities, everything included, roughly about just under $2,700 a person. Those same incentives that I mentioned on the previous travel experience are available here as well. But for this one, because it's a longer duration, it's $200 of bar tab and an additional $100 of Sailor Loot. Sailor Loot is basically a credit that you can use on board for shopping, for buying souvenirs, um, for applying to other excursions that you might want to do while on board. And the payment plan available for this cruise is 20% is due at booking to confirm your booking. And then the final payment is due on August 15th. And you can plan out your schedule of how you want to make payments in between that time. Just know that August 15th is the date where 100% payment would be due. All right, so I have talked a lot. I've told you a lot about Virgin Voyages as a brand. I've told you about these two great experiences that we have planned. One in September for the ladies, one in December for friends and family and your family. So I'll pause there and see what questions you have. And while I'm taking questions, there's two QR codes. The one on the right is an info form. I would love for you to scan that and fill that out. That doesn't obligate you to anything, but it just gives me information about you and what you might potentially be interested in so that we can talk further about how I can help you to join in either one or both of these travel experiences. And then the QR code on the left is basically a link to our website. Not sure how you found out about tonight's meeting, but if you haven't been to our website, much of what I've talked about tonight is there, and you can go there and do more research. So now I'll really pause and see if there are any questions.
I have a question concerning the trip in for the mother-daughter.
Okay.
Okay, our rooms previously assigned. Do we pick and choose? How is that done?
So you would pick, so you and another person. So everything that I've shown you is based on double occupancy, so two people in a room. But if you would, that you can put in certain cabins, you can have a larger quantity of people in a room. But you would pick your roommates and tell me who that is. And for those on the call, that is my mother who is speaking. So, Mom, I'm your roommate. I have picked you.
Oh, wonderful. All right.
But yes, but for everyone, when you fill out that info form, you would you have the opportunity there to tell me who your potential roommate or roommates are.
Okay, so we all need to do the info form now.
That would be helpful, yes.
Okay, let's see if I can do that.
Okay. Any other questions? Okay, I see a question in the chat. For the Christmas cruise, is August the deadline to sign up, or will we need to put down the deposit sooner? No, August is the deadline to pay. So to pay your 100%. One of the I guess requirements, if you will, by Virgin is that 100% of your payment is received 120 days before your cruise. So that I just backed up 120 days from December 9th, and that falls around mid-August. So that is when your 100% payment is due. But yes, to your question, could you do it sooner? Yes, you should do it sooner. And the reason I say you should do it sooner is because just like hotels change prices, cruise lines change prices. So the closer you get to your cruise date and more and more people are booking, the price of those rooms go up. So I really would love to lock in these prices for you as early as possible. Other questions? Just take yourself off mute and let me know. Okay, well, if there aren't any other questions, then some of you might have read some of the fine details in my emails or on the website where attendees for tonight would be eligible to win a $300 credit towards your cruise. So are y'all interested in finding out who that is? And you must be present, so I'm getting ready to do it now. Let's see here, give me 1 second. So I think I have everyone's name who has joined on. So can you see the wheel? Somebody just come off mute and tell me you can see the wheel.
Yes.
Yes.
All right, so I'm going to spin, and whoever's name it falls on will receive a $300 credit, but you must be present tonight. And just kind of the fine print, it can only be used to one of these two travel experiences that we talked about tonight, and you must use it within 30 days. And if you don't use it within 30 days, we'll go to the next person, so the next person will win. All right, good to go?
Yes.
All right, let's see who it is. Ah, is Jackie on?
Jackie LaFleur? No, she's not on.
She's not.
No, but there's another Jackie on. Oh, doggone it.
Say what?
There's just another Jackie on, but not that one. I'm
Not
sorry.
yeah, not Jackie. No, I know Jackie Cavell. No, that. Okay, well let's spin again. Here we go. Here we go. Let's see who it is. Say bye, audio. Stacey, are you still on?
Yes, she is here. I'll take my $300. Thank you. Bye-bye.
All right. Well, thank you, Stacey. Congratulations. All right. Well, ladies and gentlemen, are there any other questions? All right. Well, thank you so much. I really appreciate it.
I do
Uh-oh.
have a
You
question.
got a
I know you
question?
indicated, yes, sorry, this is Deanna. I know you said that you're going to share the slides with us. How soon before you do that? So that I can kind of
How soon will I do
share with
that?
my daughter.
Probably tomorrow. I'll probably send out the email tomorrow with a link for you to go to the recording. And then the slides will be included with that email.
Sounds good. Thank you.
Okay. And also, if you go to the website, the majority of this information is on the website as well.
Oh, great. Okay.
All right, but I'll send that out tomorrow. Well, thank you so very much, everyone. I really appreciate your time and I appreciate you joining in. And I hope to hear from you soon. Fill out that form and I'll be speaking with you soon. Tell your friends. Good
Thank
night.
you.
Thank you. Good night.
Good night. Thank you.